everybody, this is Nathan on Shuffle, and this is the first in a new series of shows that I'm trying out, and so we'll see how this works. But I kind of wanted to do like a weekly show, just calling it for now New Music Friday, just every week kind of talking about the new music that's exciting me, stuff that's coming out, kind of a way to talk about new progressive rock and music news, and talking about what's coming up on my channel and things that I've been enjoying and listening to lately, and then doing some live reactions to some new songs that have come out that are notable. So that's kind of what I'm considering here. I think could be fun. Just a little insider baseball about my channel. I usually film all my videos on Fridays is typical because I work full-time Monday through Thursday, so I have hardly any time those days. So I kind of do all my filming Friday and then release the videos, you know, throughout the upcoming weeks. Depending on the schedule that I have. So I thought I could film this, you know, Friday mornings based on the things in the past week that I've heard, news, new singles that have come out, and I could do some live reactions to that stuff and just tell you what's coming up, and hopefully those who kind of follow me more so are interested in this kind of thing. I know a lot of people probably only care to choose particular videos and the things that interest them. But I'm hoping for people who follow this channel more regularly that this could be a cool way to update everybody on what's happening in the music world according to me and what's interesting to me. So hopefully that's a cool idea for a lot of you that have enjoyed a lot of my content here. So first, some prog news that I've recently heard about. One of the big things that is coming up for me is the new Neal Morse Band album, which is coming towards the end of August 27th. The album is called Innocence and Danger, and I'm really excited about this release. There was a podcast, Neal Morse does these weekly podcasts, and he talked a bit with Randy George in the latest one, where they kind of talked a bit about the album, so that was kind of cool to hear their conversation. They seem pretty excited about it. It's a double album. It's not a concept album, it's just more of a collection of songs, but they say it has a lot of variety, which is something they're really excited about, and a lot of collaboration from the whole band. So there's like more shorter, poppier stuff, a little bit longer, proggier things, but then the big prog epics on disc 2. So really runs the gamut, and I'm super excited. I'm hoping they release a new single for the album next week. I believe pre-orders go up next Friday. So if there's a new single or something, I'll probably do a live reaction to it in this next week's show for this. So I'm really excited about that. Another album that I just heard about this week that's coming out on the same day, on August 27th, is the new Leprous album. Leprous, of course, is a more progressive metal edged band, but there's a lot of melodic stuff. I really like their last album, Pitfalls. I'm not a huge Leprous guy. I haven't heard much of their back catalog. Heard little pieces here and there, but I really liked Pitfalls, so I'm excited to hear what this new album brings, and I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up doing a review of it when it comes out. Aphelion is the name of the new album, and looks like pre-orders are going up for that on June 25th, so in a couple weeks. And, you know, there probably will be a new single around that time too that I can react to. So really exciting stuff. So those are some of the albums. I just pre-ordered today the new reissue of Bridge Across Forever by Transatlantic, which is out there for pre-order if you're interested in Transatlantic. Of course, you know from my previous videos that I really adore Transatlantic and anything Neal Morse related, so I had to snatch up the translucent blue vinyl copy, which is coming out on Radiant Records. So just wanted to point you in that direction if that's something that interests you before it sells out. Seems like these special edition vinyls seem to sell out now, so but I'll probably mention and talk about it when it comes out on the channel. So just some things that have been interesting me. I wanted to bring up, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new attention because of the reaction to Nightwish that I did, which has been really cool, and I'm really thankful and grateful to the Nightwish army who have all come and really been excited about that video and about my Nightwish journey. The reaction side of the channel, my solo reactions especially, I have a weekly thing I do with my wife that I will continue to do, and I'm really excited about. But my solo reactions might be a little bit more sporadic. It's kind of been a tricky thing to navigate because I know a lot of progressive music. so a lot of things people suggest I've already heard of, and I feel like you can't really react to things that you've heard before. I think the whole point of a reaction is this is new and fresh, and it's a first reaction to that song. So I can't really do it to a lot of these suggestions that I've heard before. And I don't want it to become a primary focus for me, even though I know a lot of the fans are excited, these Nightwish fans, which I plan to do more of, but it probably will be a while, and I'll keep hunting through the comments and things and see if things speak to me for solo reactions, but I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing like some of these other shows. I focus a lot on the album reviews and the Jana React series, and now this series talking about just kind of new music and things. But I will get to some, and I plan to I'm considering doing a Nightwish reaction with Jana upcoming, so probably we have several scheduled out, but maybe in a month or so to do a Nightwish one with Jana, because I think she'd appreciate especially the vocalist, so that might be upcoming. But I just wanted to speak to that and say thank you to all the Nightwish followers and subscribers, and I really appreciate you and all the comments on my reaction video I released, and hopefully you won't be too frustrated if I don't release another Nightwish video immediately, but hopefully, because I know if you love Nightwish, you're a fan of all sorts of music, so I hope that leads you to other episodes on the channel and might give you some interest into other music that you may like. So I'm trying to kind of have a broad range of things that I focus on here, but all within kind of the reasonable umbrella of prog and rock. I might delve slightly outside of it, but not too far out of that realm. So, but once again, thank you all for that. So that's been exciting. I have a review I'm doing pretty soon that I'm excited about for the new Sylvan album. I recommend that one, 1 to 0. I'm going to film that shortly after this, and that'll probably come out in the next couple weeks, just to kind of give you an idea of what's coming. And there's several fun Jana Reacts things coming up of some classic prog stuff, some stuff that you might not be expecting. So it should be a fun journey if you're into that series. So just kind of wanted to give some general updates. I'm also doing some Gentle Giant content. I'm going to do an album ranking for Gentle Giant upcoming, because I'm a huge mega fan of Gentle Giant, and they're one of the seminal artists that really brought me into prog. So I thought it'd be fun to delve into their catalog and share with you how I would rank their albums. So that should be forthcoming, kind of in tandem with the new Steven Wilson reissue of Freehand, which hopefully will come out by the end of this month, which I might feature as well. So those are some things that are upcoming that I'm excited over. And of course, these new albums that I'm talking about. I wanted to mention, so now into kind of the live reaction segment, I thought it would be cool as part of this weekly show to kind of react to some new singles or new songs, new things on YouTube that are prog related, and react to them, because even though it's hard for me to react to older prog stuff because I'm familiar with it, you know, a brand new single that has just come out, that I can give a very genuine reaction to. So I'll probably throw those in here. If it's a notable artist or a reaction that I really favor, I may pull it out and put it as its own separate video as well for people who may not want to dive into these longer form shows that I'm doing weekly. But I thought it would be cool to just do that as a feature, so that this New Music Friday show can feature some actual music you can listen to. You can react along with me and kind of hear some of the new prog and new rock and new music that's coming out. So I have a couple tracks that I'm going to do here. This is in its early stages, so I'm still kind of formulating how to do this, but I think this should be a fun feature, and hopefully those of you out there will appreciate some of this music. So the first one I'm going to delve into is from the upcoming Big Big Train album, Common Ground, which comes out in July. I'm really excited about it. They released a single not too long ago, a few weeks ago, but they just released a new thing, a video that's an instrumental track that I believe was written by Nick DiVirgilio. So that's super exciting. It's almost 8 minutes long. I think it's going to be right up my alley. So I thought that would be fun to react to and talk about right now in this show. So just as a disclaimer, I'm still experimenting with my style of these reactions, whether I should pause them, because sometimes I did get one blocked last week, which was surprising to me. I had to kind of edit it and do a bunch of stuff. You know, I thought if it's a video that already exists on YouTube and people can check out that video, you know, what's the issue with a reaction to it? I wasn't sure. I don't mind if that the artist, you know, monetizes it and can get paid for it. I'm perfectly cool with that. I don't get paid for this. I don't plan on getting paid for this. This is just a fun hobby. But I just don't see why me reacting to it, something that already exists out there on YouTube, would get blocked. But you know, I respect the artists and the record labels, and it's their content, and they can do with it what they will. But it makes it kind of tricky for me as I react and figure out how to do this style of reaction, how to really go about it. And a lot of people have commented that I should probably pause the song, and that might help with these copyright issues. I thought that might be annoying to some people to have to constantly hear the song be broken up like that, but you know, I think that's maybe how I'll do it. I'll pause it and kind of give my thoughts as it's going, just to kind of avoid copyright and also to give more impressions and more personal content. And I'll always link to the actual videos in the description so you can go and actually listen to the full versions if you like what you hear and are annoyed by it being broken up in my reaction. So hopefully that style works for you. So I'm going to listen to this new track by Big Big Train called Apollo. That I'm really super excited about. So let's delve in to this reaction. Oh man, that's really cool. I'm loving it. There's some flute, there's some, you know, I love their instrumentation. That's always a big side of the band that I really enjoy. So this is really a treat. I really love the kind of majestic quality and kind of almost a fusion vibe to it. I love the flute, you know, there's some violin, I believe, in there. So really cool sounding. Let's keep going with it. Super cool. I want to just quickly mention that drumming. Nick DiVirgilio to me is one of the best progressive rock drummers ever. I just love his style. It's very jazzy, very cool. It's about to go into a cool section, I can tell. But just wanted to pause down and mention that drumming is just next level cool. I just really appreciate that. I'm going to go back a little, but I definitely am loving this. Let's see. About right here is good. Man, so cool. I love the horns. That's a cool element. Just the progginess. Just I love that guitar solo was really excellent. Really melodic and cool. And then that kind of funky keys going on. Just there's so many cool sounds, and it's just so cool. They did a instrumental track on their previous album, Parthenon, which I believe was also written by Nick DiVirgilio. I really love this side of the band, and it's really cool to hear them just jam out on their instruments. Just really cool progressive, instrumental work. Really enjoying this. I think this is awesome. I'm gonna keep playing it. Let's scroll back a slight bit. Okay, I can tell it's going to get to a cool section, but I wanted to stop down just slightly. Just more, I'm not sure what else more to say. I just love the instrumentation. It's one of the highlights of Big Big Train is that they do all this cool instrumentation, the horns, the flute, it just all comes together in a brilliant way. I really think that makes them stand out, just beyond the typical, guitar, bass, drums kind of combo. They have all this, sound that kind of beefs it all up and brings a lot of variety and fun to the music. So I really love this instrumental. It sounds like we're about to get to a really cool section though. So I want to play this out. Let's hear it. So cool. As it fades out, really a cool track. I love their instrumental work, you know, it's really cool. The ending there was just so like kind of majestic and epic. It just really had that kind of grandiose feel to it. I love the kind of spacey keyboard sounds, you know, around it. And then this flute solo and the horns solo. Just really a cool ending to this piece. Really gets me excited about the upcoming album. I think it's going to be a really fun one. Really love that. So thumbs up from me. Check out, pre-order their album coming. Just world-class progressive rock music that I recommend to everybody. Please support them if you like what they do, and check more of them out if you like this and weren't familiar with them already. So thank you guys for listening to that with me. One other thing I thought I'd live react to that I saw came out. This is kind of in a different lane. Is a new single track from Leslie Hunt, who's the lead singer of District 97, one of my favorite prog bands. But she, on her solo work, is maybe a bit more pop-oriented, but a little bit, you know, has kind of the progressive rock tendencies still in the background. But I just really love her vocals. I think she's an excellent vocalist. And so her solo stuff is really, really cool to me. So I definitely think it's worth checking out. So I'm going to live react to that as well. It's kind of the second big prog-related single that I've come across this week. So let me pull that one up for a reaction. So this is called There You Are from her upcoming EP. So please check her out if you like this stuff, like this music. I have a feeling this is more on the pop side, but this is a live reaction, so I don't know exactly what it's going to sound like. So here we go with some Leslie Hunt.
What you gonna do about it? You can't stand it 'cause you gave up control of it. Every time you talk about it, it's so clear what you could do to improve it. Instead you choose to complain, and that's where it starts and where it stays. It's the same thing day after day, just presented in a different way. I'm walking away from it. I'm pushing it aside till I'm cleared of it. I held up a mirror to it, but it just kept shattering in my face when you broke it. 'Cause you can't stand to take ownership in your own hands. You're the victim of your circumstance, not the boss, always wearing the pants. You're running out of excuses, can't think of a new way to live. When in doubt, you can numb with substances. Don't gotta feel a thing when you live in a dream. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are.
You know, it's poppy as I expected. It has certainly a country flair. It sounds like a pretty, you know, something you'd hear on like country radio, I would imagine. But it's really catchy and fun and cool. You know, I always think about what can I feature on this channel? You know, how far can I go out of the realms of prog? Because I don't want to isolate my audience that kind of tends to lean more in the prog realm. But I like a lot of, you know, just standard rock and pop kind of music, even some country. Like this is sounding really cool to my ears, but I don't want people to be like, oh, this is just not at all what I signed on for. So I always struggle with that, but I want to keep this, my musical arena and be able to feel comfortable to show any music that I feel is worthy. So I really love her voice. I think this has a great quality to it, just really strong country flavor. I could hear it on the radio. I think it's really cool for her. It's cool that she can front this kind of crazy, quirky, progressive rock band, but then also in her own time do this kind of poppier stuff that, to me should be a big hit. I wish she made it big. I think she has that potential. So yeah, I'm going to keep listening to this. I like this a lot. I think this is a great, catchy track. So go back a little and play the rest of it.
The farther I get from it, the better, 'cause I have a hard time with it. You can't change my mind about it. It's so easy to judge me from under the blankets of your comfort. Consider yourself the expert. Watch where you point your finger. I suggest you point it inward. I'm running out of ideas. Not that you are open to change. It's never your fault or your weakness. You're trying to escape, but guess who always stays? Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are.
It's fun. That's really cool. I really appreciated that. I think that's really excellent. Really cool. So yeah, that's the choices. Really two different sides of the spectrum there, right? Something totally progressive and instrumental and, has a lot to it, but then something more modern, country, country pop kind of vibes. But I like both lanes. I that's a song I can show to my wife, that Leslie Hunt song, and she's going to really dig that too. So I think there's a place for both. So I hope you guys, can kind of appreciate that. So with that, that's kind of the end of this show, kind of my experiment of this New Music Friday idea concept. Hopefully, it probably won't get many viewers, I know, because these types of shows tend to not be big draws for my channel. But I hope it's appreciated by some of the few people who really care about my opinions and who really want to celebrate. I just want to celebrate good music and bring to people's attention great new music coming out and kind of point people in that direction and to share in it. I would love comments if you have certain things you're excited about in the music world that, you discovered this week, or, prog albums that are coming out that you're especially excited for, or just any albums, any new music. So that's what the purpose is of this whole channel, is to just share great music that is often overlooked, I think. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please continue to support and subscribe. Please, comment and show me your support and tell me, if this format works for you, if you think there's tweaks that could be made, give me feedback. I may, I'm trying to just do my own thing and not let all of that outside voices dictate exactly what I do, but I appreciate the constructive advice and a lot of things that I've heard from people I've incorporated into my channel. So thank you guys for all of your support, for the subscriptions, and as always, please just keep enjoying the music. So thank you again. Bye.